guitar some, and we have an uncle that's wanting Katie to learn how to play the song Going Up Cripple Creek.
Okay.
And so he did it on the guitar. We're like, oh, that's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
But it was cool.
Nice.
We got new rosin.
Did you? Okay. Can I take a look at it real quick? Because sometimes new rosin is hard to get it started. Okay. Looks like you got it kind of started there. But sometimes it'll stay really shiny for a long time, and it doesn't really come off until you kind of be rough with it in the beginning to get it started.
The reason we got new rosin is because mine broke in two, and then we had to re-glue it.
Mm-hmm. Anymore, I think you might as well just always get little things of rosin. It's kind of like chapstick. Like, have you ever actually finished the end of the chapstick completely?
Not unless you take a toothpick or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. But it seems like you always like lose it or it breaks off or something before you ever actually use the whole thing. So you might as well just buy small containers. That's how I see it with rosin, because it breaks. Mm-hmm. So did it take some getting used to practicing on this violin this week?
Not that much, actually.
Okay.
It's just the loudness that's different.
Okay. Hey, you don't know how blessed you are to have a mom that keeps notes at your violin lesson. For real. A lot of students don't have that, and the mom waits in the car and kind of doesn't even care. Then they get home and they're like, oh yeah, what was I supposed to do this week? You are really blessed. Yeah, well, come on over, let me let you tune. You can be my A, it's already tuned.
I checked this morning, so
Play the D and G one more time. Hold it out.
I can't tell which one.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's play the D by itself. Play it good and loud. Maybe just a tap flat. One more, maybe just two more. Okay, now G and D together. So now you know the D's good. So now you're really working on the G. Now make sure you're adjusting the G though, and not the D. Your hand is on the D. There you go. I think that's it. For me, it's always easier if I'm out and I'm not really sure which way. I intentionally take that string flat, because for me it's easier to hear it when it's flat and pull it up than it is to hear it sharp and pull it down. So, okay. Next, well, let me let you warm up. Why don't you play some scales, and then I've got a piece I'd like you to sight read, if you feel up to sight reading. Let's do this real quick. I know you're working on fourth position. Where's your other scale?
You didn't get to double stops last week.
Okay, that's all right. Okay, here's your scale sheet. Let's hear before we hear the D major, the E major, let's hear a G major scale. From memory if you can. Something sound a little funny? How many sharps are in G major?
2.
Nope. D major has 2 sharps. G major has 1. So I just made note before you got here. I was thinking I need to get you a sheet that shows all the key signatures for you to sort of study, and then maybe even give you a homework sheet to try and remember and sort of memorize the key signatures. So I made myself a note to do that for next week. G major has 1 sharp. So try that G major scale again, and I want you to give me some really long bows. Very, very big and clear. Huh. I like it, Katie. All right. So now let's hear the E major scale.
And you wanted me to do it from memory, along with the E minor.
Okay. Were you able to memorize both of them?
Yes.
No way. Awesome. Okay. Well, let's hear it then.
They're not perfect, but
It's all right.
it's the E major.
Very nice. Impressive. Okay. And the E minor?
And there's 2 ways of doing it, so.
Very good. That was the harmonic minor. The snake charmer augmented whole step, which is like the C natural to the D sharp. So it's more than a step, it's a step and a half. Very good. Yeah, let's hear the other way. Very good. And then that was the melodic minor. Very nicely done. So what was the difference on that one? That one had a different way of playing it going up than coming down, didn't it?
It's going up, it was C sharp and D sharp. Coming down, it was D natural and C natural.
It's weird they changed the scale between when it's ascending and when it's descending. Yeah, fantastic job, Katie. High five on those two, memorizing them and everything. Great job.
Yeah.
So we could keep working on it, try some different rhythms and slurs and that sort of thing, or we can keep moving. And I suggest we keep moving. You can keep playing the E major scale in preparation for your piece with your Bach concerto. Because that's a good warm-up for that one because it's in the key of E. But I say let's keep moving, and next week let's take the C sharp minor scale. Now C sharp minor has the same key signature as E, and yet it starts on a C sharp. That's a hard one that not many people would know to play. Like if you asked me to play a C sharp minor, I'd have to sit there and be like, oh, okay, and I'd have to think about it because it's not one that's frequently used. And you'll see why, because there's so many sharps, it's kind of hard. But I think you can do it. So let's do C sharp minor for next week. And before we jump into anything else, I'd like us to do a little bit of sight reading. I definitely want to hear the nocturne again, because I know we worked on that a good bit. But I think it's nice while I have you in person for us to be able to sight read some and because that's something that we may not really get to do via video. So let's try this one. Have I ever had you play the flower duet before?
I don't think so.
Okay, so this is a pretty popular wedding song. It's very flowy and just, yeah, it's like it's describing a wedding all on its own. And it's got a little bit of a sad undertone occasionally, but most of the time it's just really flowy and gentle. So I want to give you a minute to look over it very briefly. This one has a piano part, so notice how it's violin 1 and 2 and then piano. Violin 1 and 2 and then piano. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pencil and kind of scratch through the piano so we know not to play that there. But while I'm doing that, you go ahead and be looking over this and try counting through it in your head. I think I want you to play first violin. I guess I could have told you which part I wanted you to play. So, anything stand out to you on the first violin part?
Not really.
Okay.
But it is in 6/8.
Mm-hmm. And what key is it in? Can you recognize the key signature?
Not sure.
Okay. How many sharps?
3.
3 sharps.
I feel like we just learned that on the scale.
Mm-hmm. They are F, C, and G, and those 3 together equal the key of A. So, let's look at rhythm a little bit. There's not too many accidentals. That's not really tough. Key of A you've had before. Let's look at rhythms really quickly. How would you count those first couple measures in 6/8?
Hesitating because it really it's like my mind is trying to see it in 4, but it's 6/8.
Yes, my mind does that too. So reminding yourself it's in 6/8. This would be what beat here?
1,
1. This would be beat
2, and 3.
2 and 3. Would beat 2, 3, and then that's, what beat would that would be that it's carrying over on top of?
4.
4. And then what happens on beat 5?
Yeah, 8 notes.
Well, we already had 8 notes that represented one beat, so now we have actually 16th notes that split the beat. So what are we going to say for these last 2?
5 and 6.
Perfect. 5 and 6. Alright, count here so that you don't think those are fingers. You'd be like, where's my 6th finger? Alright, yep, and then the same thing happens again. So it's 2, 5, and 6. So then it gets tricky right here. So how would you count this measure?
And 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and.
Very, very close. Almost perfect. Except that this one would not be the and, because are we resting on part of 1 or all of beat 1? All of 1, which means this has to be 2 and right here. And then how would you count this measure?
1, and 2, and 3, and 4.
Very good. Okay, and then that rhythm, that 4 measure pattern is pretty much repeated. So you just have to be ready for those 16th notes to be 4 and 5 and 6. All right, so now try saying it out loud. Say the rhythm, and then we'll try playing it. Can you try it? So here's our beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, go. 2, 5 and 6. 2, 5 and 6. 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Very good, very good. Okay, so it'll go a little faster than that, but you've got it. So now look briefly at the second violin part, not because you need to know it to play it, but because you need to kind of know what's going to be happening while you're holding out these notes. Don't be taken off guard that the second violin is going 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6. So while you're holding out this 2, second violin's moving. So let's try it. You have the melody, and it's possible once you hear this it'll all come back to you. I bet your parents will recognize it because it's a pretty popular classical wedding tune. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did you recognize it as we got into it?
It sounds familiar.
Mm-hmm. Did you recognize it, Mrs. Smith?
Not really.
No? Okay. The flower duet is from some, I think, opera or ballet or something. Okay, pretty good. Let's do it again. Let's see if we can do it faster and more accurately. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.